We are proud. We are out here and we exist.
A vibrant celebration of love and identity.
That's what's special about Pride, is that everybody seems to be happy for you and happy with you.
From the pioneers who paved the way in Colorado.
We were the first same-sex couple in Denver to receive a marriage license.
To young people leading today. We're sharing stories that inspire.
It feels comforting and it feels like we belong. So Pride is so important.
Pride for me now is joy, celebration, an opportunity to crank it up to 13 out of 10, be extra gay.
For the next 30 minutes, we're highlighting the triumphs and challenges in the fight for equality.
Thank you for joining us for this Denver7 special celebrating Pride Month. I'm Micah Smith. Denver7 is a proud sponsor of Denver Pride. We've partnered with the Center on Colfax, the nonprofit that organizes Denver Pride every year to celebrate and honor our LGBTQ+ community. Let's start this special presentation with some history. The Center on Colfax was founded in 1976. We are here at the nonprofit, which provides year-round programs and services for the LGBTQ+ community free of charge. Since the first Denver Pride in 1974, the celebration has grown, becoming the largest Pride celebration in the Rocky Mountain region with more than 500,000 visitors each year. And this weekend, the tradition continues with 3 main events: the festival, 5K, and parade. While Pride is very much a time of celebration, it is also a time of reflection. June 26 marks 10 years since same-sex marriage was legalized in the United States, but Colorado was ahead of the curve. Anna and Fran Simon were the first same-sex couple to be legally married in Denver in October 2014. It was their second time making history. A year before they were married, they became the first gay couple to be granted a civil union in Colorado. Denver7's Jeff Anastasio sits down with the Simons 10 years after the landmark court decision about their never-ending fight for equal rights and what it means for their family.
Before you even step inside their home, you feel the love. And once in, it surrounds you.
That's the back of my head.
For Anna and Fran Simon, their fight for equal rights was and always is about family.
I'm right down here, and that's my grandma right there.
Their son Jeremy, front and center with his history-making moms in every big moment.
And he was really our motivation to fight so hard. We wanted our child to grow up with married parents.
He knew what we were doing, and at the level a 5-year-old can understand what we were doing.
Anna Simon and Fran Simon are lawfully joined in union in the state of Colorado.
The civil union in 2013, the first Colorado same-sex couple to do so. Then in 2014, their dream finally realized.
We literally just changed clothes and hopped in the car. We were the first same-sex couple in Denver to receive a marriage license.
It means that my moms are gonna get married.
How many people get to wear their wedding gowns multiple times?
Yeah,
and marry the same person
again
over
and
over
again.
One of my classmates introduced me to a new term. He was like, "Your parents are gay icons." I was like, oh, nobody's ever told me that before.
As 10 years had passed since same-sex marriage became the law of the land, and with much uncertainty about where LGBTQ+ rights across the country stand, the Simons continue their fight.
And we want to do it for the future generations, for that kid who's in the closet, for that kid who's thinking about committing suicide. We need to be out there and for them.
The ideological foundation of America is freedom, and I think that when people can see that LGBTQ rights and trans rights is just an extension of that individualistic freedom, that hopefully that will bring more people together.
So that everyone has a shot at finding the kind of love found in this home.
Anna means everything to me. My wife, my co-parent, she brings joy and passion.
Fran is my rock. She is my steadiness in the world.
Extremely proud, and extremely proud of my parents, and they've done so much, and I aspire to be as impactful, or even just a fraction of as impactful as they've been, like, socially.
That was Denver7's Jeff Anastasio reporting. Marriage equality is relatively new. In fact, same-sex marriage was not recognized in Colorado's Constitution until voters passed an amendment last fall. Colorado was one of 30 states that still banned same-sex marriage in its constitution. Amendment J removed language that defined marriage as only between a man and a woman. 64% of Coloradans voted in favor of the amendment. Turning the pages deeper into the history books, history was made at the Boulder County Courthouse in 1975. Boulder County Clerk Clayla Rorex issued the nation's first same-sex marriage license. In May, the courthouse was designated as a National Historic Landmark for its role in LGBTQ plus history.
When we honor where history happened, we continually reaffirm the rights and experiences of everyone in our community.
In the weeks that followed, the clerk issued 5 more same-sex marriage licenses, bringing Boulder into the spotlight as a trailblazer for civil rights. Even though Pride is a joyous time for many, in certain communities, the celebrations still face backlash and protests. That's where the Parasol Patrol steps in. With their vibrant umbrellas, the nonprofit helps bring a little joy to tense situations. But I found out after helping so many, they too need community support.
It doesn't matter what color you are.
A peek inside a typical drag queen story hour in Colorado, but outside.
Apparently there was a bomb threat called in to the Boulder Library this morning.
That little girl, she doesn't want to go in there. You don't want to be around these perverts.
Anti-LGBTQ plus protesters hurled insults, taunting families.
So the Parasol Patrol started out very simply with just trying to be that peaceful barrier in between kids and protesters.
Using their rainbow umbrellas to shield kids and now even some adults attending LGBTQ plus events. Founders Eli Bazan and Pasha Ripley have traveled across the country facing off against self-proclaimed Nazis and the Westboro Baptist Church.
When I interviewed you in 2023, you told me some of the worst things you ever saw were in the Midwest.
This is what met the Parasol Patrol in Wadsworth, Ohio.
I had never stood across folks that were actively carrying swastika flags. I really hope that Wadsworth, Ohio will always be my worst case scenario, but there are many like that popping up all across the country.
Well, we have grown exponentially. There have been so many requests across the nation. We've opened chapters, we've organized chapters across the country. California, Massachusetts. We had a situation where the director of legislation from a hate group recognized by the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League fraudulently claimed that we were using his intellectual property because he had gotten a trademark that was similar to ours, not exactly. So he got us taken down off of a lot of social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those, but more importantly, off of a lot of payment processing things. We lost all of our monthly donors.
So as your organization is facing all of these challenges, you're also facing some personal challenges.
I'm lucky that I have a pretty good prognosis, but it's still cancer. And so I've had 2 major surgeries.
And then I was actually driving to a doctor's appointment at the VA in Denver to have my bursitis looked at in my elbows. And I was sideswiped by an 18-wheeler and our car was totaled.
Which is our source of income a lot.
So you use your car to work?
Do a lot of gig work, yes.
Could Parasol Patrol go away?
The Parasol Patrol may be in very, very real trouble of having to pull everything back to just Colorado, and that's heartbreaking.
Dealing with these health issues and the pain physically of that, but my heart is so much with this community and with kids, and knowing that I can't be out there doing whatever it is I can do just breaks me.
Ripley and Bazan say they're not ready to put their colorful shields down just yet, but they need the community's help to make sure kids and adults are met with rainbows instead of hate.
If you would like to donate to Parasol Patrol, we have their QR code up now on your screen, or you can go to Denver7.com and search Parasol Patrol.
The Pride Parade is taking a detour this year.
I do believe in the long-term value of the project. In the short term, it hasn't been the easiest.
Construction is causing some businesses to feel left out.
It's a queer-owned business, which needs our support now more than ever.
We take you inside a diner that's keeping Pride alive, no matter the parade route. And later,
it will stand out in the park.
It'll stand out.
And it'll be glistening.
turning pressure into passion.
The energy that it takes to pull something like this off is insane, and it's felt by the audience in the end.
A behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to create the centerpiece at this year's Pride Fest and how it's uniting hearts and minds.
What sets my heart on fire is a drive to live authentically. I think it's a matter of casting off what was brought on you and what was expected of you and being able to carve out your own mold and live in your own identity.
Welcome back. I'm sure you can hear the symphony of construction joining me now. Sunday's Pride Parade has a new route this year, and that is due to this construction, and it's for the city's Bus Rapid Transit project. The parade will now march down 17th Avenue instead of Colfax Avenue, and that means some of the queer-owned businesses along Colfax that rely on parade foot traffic will miss out. Denver7's Richard Butler is highlighting one of them. Champagne Tiger is about a year old, but has quickly become a neighborhood favorite.
Inside Champagne Tiger on Colfax, Sunday brunch is more than a meal. It's a celebration.
I frequent Champagne Tiger a lot. I love the energy of a good drag brunch.
The diner isn't even a year old, but it's quickly become a favorite in the neighborhood, mixing entertainment, quality food, and queer joy.
Drag brunch here at Champagne Tiger is really probably one of the funnest things that you can do in Denver.
Matching the entertainment, Champagne Tiger prides itself on the unique food items you normally wouldn't see at a drag show.
We really put a focus on the food so that hopefully it matches the show in a really great way. So it's not only a great show, but it's also really, really delicious, well-made food.
We wanted to create a restaurant that we would want to frequent multiple times a week ourselves.
And at the center of Sunday's brunch,
Make some noise for me and my sister.
are local queens, Pony and Anita Goodman, who say owners Jeff and Chris have created opportunities for them and baby queens performing for the first time.
They're the absolute best to be able to create this safe, queer space, and honestly, truly, it feels like family.
They let us show up and just goof off. Drag is medicine, you know? Hate is poison, love is medicine. It's no coincidence that this place is having success, and they have been. Each month they've been open has been busier than the month before.
For many here, this space means everything.
Finding a place like this, it's kind of cheersy where everyone knows your name, you feel safe and included, and you have so much fun. That's so important for a city like Denver.
As Denver's Pride Parade shifts away from Colfax this year, the owners hope the community continues to show up and support amid heavy construction along Colfax.
All businesses in Colfax are struggling to one degree or another. I do believe in the long-term value of the project. In the short term, it hasn't been the easiest. People have been coming out. People are coming just to support because they know it's a tough time, and that's been beautiful to see.
And while they may not see the parade pass by this year, inside Champagne Tiger, Pride is on full display. In Denver, Richard Butler, Denver7.
Still ahead, the Neighborhood Market returns to Denver Pride for its second year.
In Colorado, I'm the only LGBTE certified chiropractor in the whole state. I'm one of 10 in the country. I think people were surprised to see me.
What's drawing small business owners back to Civic Center Park this weekend?
The things that sets my heart on fire are the things that I find passion about, the things that I absolutely love, the things that I find enjoyment in, the people and the individuals who make me feel comfortable, that really sets a real flame in my heart.
The Neighborhood Market is back for year 2 at this year's Pride Fest. Its mission is highlighting and uplifting LGBTQ plus businesses and artists. The market was so well received that it's doubled in size this year. Denver7's Maggie Wolanski shares the impact it's already had on one vendor.
Take 3 deep breaths for me.
Dr. Savannah Jones.
I think this is a really important part of every adjustment.
Helps provide a safe space for patients.
As a chiropractor, I was in the rural South, and my bosses preferred that I not tell people that I was queer. And so when I moved here, I didn't want that anymore. I wanted a different life. So now I spend my day with people I really enjoy.
Being a queer business owner, she recognizes the need in her community.
I think it's really important to offer these services because 1 in 3 queer people have chronic pain issues, and that's for a host of different reasons.
During Denver Pride, she joined the first ever neighborhood market.
Until last year, I was in the marketplace, and I was the first chiropractor to ever go to Denver Pride. And it was really interesting because I had a lot of people stopping in my booth and telling me a lot of different experiences that they've had.
Not only was it good for business,
I actually came back with a lot of patients from the marketplace, which is a really cool thing.
but also in letting Savannah still join in the celebrations.
But as a queer business, that's a big decision to decide I'm not going to go to Pride because I'll be working for my business the whole time. And so they've set it up so that you can pick one day or the other, or you can do both days.
Right down the hall from her practice, she's inspired Dr. Christina Holland to also join the marketplace.
She had such a good time. She had patients from it. She had nothing but good things to say. And so this year she's like, okay, you are coming with me. We are doing it together.
An opportunity for their businesses to shine even brighter.
Very good place for connection with the actual community.
We're really lucky here in Denver that we have a really thriving scene. And so I feel really lucky that we get to do that.
Because these two carry pride all year round. Maggie Walensky, Denver7.
What sets my heart on fire? Many things. Good music, good books, good food, and beliefs.
The thing that sets my heart on fire is giving people equal rights and equal opportunities.
A central part of Denver Pride is art and its ability to spark conversation. That's the goal for 2 Loveland artists who are building an art installation to be displayed at the heart of the event. And as Denver7's Colin Riley learned, sometimes it takes a community to make a piece of art, especially if it's 17 feet tall and made of steel.
Heat and metal. Sweat and sleepless nights. Sometimes that's what it takes to make an idea grow into reality.
The energy that it takes to pull something like this off is insane.
Monica and Drew Shu are the lead artists of Hearts on Fire, an art installation that will be displayed at Denver Pride. In March, the two stepped in to fill a spot left by another artist, but having only a few months to complete the work didn't stop them from getting ambitious.
We're very much on a time crunch.
Some artists work better under pressure, but with a 10,000-pound steel structure in their minds, Monica and Drew needed a team.
You need your electricians, you need your structural engineers.
Transport, grinding, grunt work, people to provide meals.
An obvious sign of the pride surrounding this project are the artists here and many more in the community who volunteered months of their time to help bring the vision to life.
The people that hate Pride are going to be watching, and what kind of message can we send to these people that are actively hating this community?
Monica says the project looks to humanize everyone.
Maybe we have a lot more in common than we're led to believe sometimes.
The tree of life is striking, roots converging into a sturdy trunk with branches curling into heart-like shapes.
We, each as individuals coming from different backgrounds, we could join together, form a community.
They hope to spark conversation among viewers and also ask them to contribute to the sculpture's final form by painting banners on the roots.
So we bring people together to actually get it done, and then once it's done, it draws people in.
In Loveland,
it still has that energy working.
Colin Riley for Denver7.
You can see the completed installation this weekend at Pride Fest. We hope this 30-minute special encourages you to get out and enjoy Pride. Again, the festival at Civic Center Park begins at 11 Saturday morning and continues through Sunday. We want to give a big thank you to our partners at the Center on Colfax. And we also want to thank you for watching. We'll see you at Pride Fest.
What sets my heart on fire is being able to see all of these people come together, from generations that have faced much worse than folks like me to younger folks who are building a new thing in the face of unprecedented odds, and the joy that we can have with connection with it too.